You are mid-conversation with a client and need answers now. You cannot stop to type a prompt into a chat window. What you actually need is something that listens while you work. OpenAI has just launched GPT-Live voice models for ChatGPT. Reuters confirmed the release within the last 24 hours. These models listen and speak simultaneously, in real time. That is a meaningful shift from earlier voice features. Previous ChatGPT voice mode worked in clear conversational turns. You spoke, it processed, then it responded to you. GPT-Live changes that underlying structure in an important way. The model can now listen while it is still speaking. It can adjust mid-response when you interrupt or clarify. That is much closer to how human conversation actually works. The company describes this as a step toward natural dialogue. It is not reading a transcript and then generating audio. The listening and speaking are happening at the same time. That distinction matters far more than it might first sound. Think about the professionals who already use voice input daily: sales reps on calls, consultants explaining work to clients, project managers running quick check-ins with distributed remote teams, coaches, therapists, teachers, researchers talking through complex problems aloud. For all of these people, the stop and wait model was disruptive. It broke their rhythm every time they needed AI input. GPT-Live changes that cost significantly for real working conversation. The company says the models are built for low latency. Early reports describe the interaction as noticeably more fluid today. Independent evaluation of these claims remains in very early stages. Listeners should treat company performance descriptions as promising, not proven. Now here's where the practical opportunity starts to open. GPT-Live does not have to work in isolation at all. Pair it with Notion, and the combination becomes genuinely useful. You speak through a problem, ChatGPT responds in real time. You refine the idea through natural back and forth, spoken dialogue. Notion captures a structured output once the thinking is finished. A consultant could clarify a client's strategy entirely through conversation. The written deliverable gets drafted from what the dialogue produced. That is not a theoretical workflow. It is available today. Access details for GPT-Live vary by subscription tier currently. Verify what your current ChatGPT plan includes directly with OpenAI. Add N8N into this picture and the leverage increases further. N8N is an open source automation platform connecting many tools. It can watch for new content created in Notion pages. It can then route that content to email, Sheets, or Slack. So the voice conversation produces a Notion document automatically. N8N then sends that document to the right people immediately. A small business owner could run an entire briefing this way. They speak the update, the document gets created and distributed. Human review before sending remains genuinely necessary in this workflow. AI-generated summaries still miss context that only you understand. Checking the output before it reaches clients is not optional. Google Sheets becomes valuable when the work involves structured data. Imagine a freelance researcher gathering information across multiple client projects. They speak observations and findings through GPT-Live as they work. The model responds, confirms, or asks clarifying questions in conversation. N8N routes the confirmed structured data directly into a Sheets file. The researcher ends the session with a populated working document. What previously required manual transcription and data entry is compressed. The company has not published official time-saving benchmarks for this, but the logical reduction in switching between tools is real. Professionals who currently dictate notes and then reformat them manually will likely find this combination genuinely useful. There's also a business service angle worth thinking through. Small businesses often struggle to brief staff consistently and clearly. A business owner comfortable with conversation but not with typing has historically been underserved by text-first AI tools. GPT-Live removes that friction in a way previous tools did not. A tradesperson, a shop owner, a clinic manager can now speak. The AI responds, asks follow-up questions, and structures the output. Someone offering AI implementation services to local businesses has a new demonstration. Showing a non-technical client how conversation produces a finished brief is persuasive. It requires no coding knowledge from either the consultant or a client. The service value is in setting up the workflow correctly once, then training the business owner to use it confidently every day. That is a service model with genuine recurring support potential. ElevenLabs is worth mentioning as a fourth tool in this space. If you are creating audio content from these voice-driven workflows, ElevenLabs produces polished, natural-sounding voiceovers from text. You could speak a rough brief through GPT-Live, refine it in Notion, and then produce a professional audio version through ElevenLabs. A small media company or content creator could use this end-to-end. The voice-to-document to polished audio pipeline is real with tools available right now. Each tool handles a distinct stage and hands off cleanly to the next. What each tool cannot do is replace your editorial judgment at each stage. Now, the honest limitations of this moment deserve direct attention. Real-time voice AI still makes factual errors during complex conversations. When you are speaking quickly, the model may mishear or misinterpret. The simultaneous listening and speaking feature is brand new today. Edge cases and failure modes have not been fully documented yet. Anyone building a client-facing workflow on this should test it privately first. Privacy is also a real question with always-on listening models. OpenAI publishes a privacy policy, but review it for your situation. Business users should understand what audio data the service processes and retain. These are not reasons to dismiss the tool, but they are reasons to approach it with clear eyes. What matters most right now is that the interaction model has shifted. AI assistance is moving away from the text box toward the voice. That shift will reach ordinary professionals faster than most currently expect. The people who adapt their workflows now build a real advantage. Not because voice AI is perfect, but because friction is being removed. Lower friction means more consistent use, and consistent use compounds over time. The professionals and small businesses most likely to benefit are those already comfortable experimenting with connected tools. Subscribe if you want to follow how these tools develop week by week. The next meaningful question is not whether voice AI will replace typing. It is which workflows become dramatically faster once the friction disappears.